Hey everybody, Shay here. Welcome back to another post-play commentary recording because I've lost the audio on these 4 hours of footage as well. I'm going to do the best I can to remember the moments. We can just chat along the way. I'll just tap forward a little bit so you can see the time there. It's about a 4-hour video, and I'm going to try to keep this under 2 hours for all of you. I kind of remember what I did for the rest of this session, and it's going to have a lot of redundant moments, which are probably going to be better for both of us to get through a lot smoother. It did look like I pushed this guy forward with the 2,000 souls shield that I purchased. He's not on the ground anymore. He's a little bit more optimistic. And so now I get to figure out what I want to buy next. I don't have the souls for it, but I do notice more gear in here, and I was hoping that some of it would at least be good enough to upgrade what I have. I like the idea of this mask. The masks in general, I like the idea of it. I like anything that has that extra effect. The secondary effect is what I start looking at there. Now, I'm not sure I will ever need this for that special effect, but just in case, never know if the build changes along the way. So there's 7,000 there I could spend, and I do like the look of it. This character was kind of neat. We get the straight jacket here from the Lost Sinner. I like the idea of this just from a collection standpoint. I know it's a waste of souls, maybe for some. We got the skirt here, which are, I just realized, the boot slot. I'm like, wait, where does that go? That's neat. And then with the bracers are the thingamajig, the what is that even called? Will I roll over it again? I'm not sure. Right here, the handcuffs. So I got some stuff I can collect. We'll just tap forward. I just need the souls for it, and I'm certain I can push him forward.
Yeah, I've got a good few regulars now.
So he's getting a little bit
strangely
more confident,
and quite willing to pay a premium. Sadly,
upsells.
some of them never come back, but I try not to think about it.
Maybe a bit
Monstrous thing has
opportunistic,
a
possibly.
peculiar design, quite unlike anything found in Volgan. If you should speak to him,
This is for the sword.
would you ask him if
The
he
interest
wanted
in
to sell?
the big ass sword.
I'd have to take another look, but I'm confident I could offer quite a price.
Interesting. Weird little sub
I considered returning
narrative
to
going
my
on here.
homeland, but I've decided to stay a while longer. I've started to turn a handsome profit now, and I can't bear to give it up.
There you go. He's finding a purpose in life. Will he remember himself so that that purpose remains valuable and not just, you know, forgotten to the winds? We'll just skip this. Trying to debate where to go to next. Getting my supplies, purging my souls so that I can go back to the Huntsman's Copse. I know I want to take on that bridge thing, but I do feel like I need to, at this point, be very thorough about this run. I don't humanity up, I don't think, but like right here, I didn't do a full check of this. I know that there's a lot of poison-y, misty kind of stuff going on. So I want to scope out this cave. It was relatively short, but it did have layers to it. It looked like it had layers to it. And these moths here, which I knew I could take out daggers. So do a bit of that. Take that moth out. Take this moth out. Take the one down below. There's, I think, 3 of them in there that I can spot right there. Wipe them out. And then it's like, okay, well, there's shiny bits that go down. So at that point, I'm like, well, that's the game's way of telling you, hey, look down. It means you can get down here. So try to figure it out, because there'll be something there for you. And I can also hear like that sound, which I know is the basilisk sound. And so I assumed it'd be a basilisk, but not this basilisk. A torchbearer down there, like right there. I finally just see the big ass eyes there, and it's enormous. I can't quite see it. My screen is a little darker than the one that you all end up seeing in the post. It lightens it up a little bit. But my monitor, I try to change it here and there. I mean, I'm going by the settings. Like when it says, like, can you barely see this? I'm like, I can barely see it. So that's sort of like where I feel like I need to put the settings. But the way that it captures it, maybe it's like a little bit, like a level-ish higher in the capture software. Anyways, we're going to tap through this because you know what's up. And yes, I did take that long to figure out how I even get down there, because I couldn't really see the mushroom caps. Like right here, it just feels like a major fall. But I was like, do I just aim for the thing? Like, surely there's something I can land on, because it's right there. But then that's where I'm like, oh, there are mushroom caps. on the wall. So it's like, well, I somehow survived the landing. I did not anticipate that to be the case. I'm still getting poisoned, so there's still a moth out there that I didn't notice on the way down, which is very much compromising my situation here. The poisoning, that's such an effective, like, problem. I mean, the game does a really good job with the poisoning thing. Like, once you're poisoned, you're like, yeah, it's pretty much, you're done. You're done. You gotta have the right stuff. Like, if you go in prepared, you're fine. Especially if you have the ring already, right? And then you have the, I don't know what I'm getting excited about there. Probably because, like, it felt doable. Like, it didn't feel super tough. As long as I went in there with, like, all the stuff cleared. And it was with the ring, with the, is it the moss? To help mitigate some of that, you know, triggering the life gems to mitigate the poison chipping away at your health. But really the trick here is, I mean, I'll just skip through part of this because I'm missing my commentary context blind. It's more like still looking for the shiny bits. I think one comment I made here was the problem with taking the shiny bits on the way down, like in a rush like this, like where it's pitch dark, is that then I'm like, well, then what do I aim for? Because now I'm like completely blind. Whereas when I had the shiny bits to look at, then I had something to aim for with a jump or something, you know? But then I finally found this mushroom cap and bam. I finally have my way down. Nice and slow too. And of course, we had ourselves an opportunity. I found this middle ramp here as well, which I managed to get on. And that was the extra moth that was nailing me. I can't tag it, but I assumed with enough tries here, enough daggers. I do hate how the non-tagging dagger throws work. I wish there was just something that would let you know how you're throwing. You know, like maybe where your helmet is or something. Like some way for you to be doing blind throws where it's not completely wild. It did take me a little longer than it needed to just pull the bow out. I just didn't want to fall and then find myself compromised, you know, with the double weapon and the weight and stuff like that because of the rolling. I do get kind of, I guess it's laziness. Is that I don't want to have to do the weapon swaps and stuff like that. I'm like, it literally takes 5 seconds, man. I know. I just found a cave entrance here. I'm not sure when I actually go and validate where that cave goes. But I do have my cheese opportunity here. Now that the bow's out anyways, I might as well use it. And it's like, why wouldn't I use it against this big ass thing? Why wouldn't anybody just cheese this guy? Once you find this middle lane up here, now they do have, this game does this quite often enough that I feel like it's by design. The enemies are smart enough to get undercover. I don't know if that's just an accident, but I feel like it's happened to me enough where I'm like, I feel like the enemies know it's going to come up later for sure when, you know, I'm not muted. I haven't muted myself for 4 hours, but it comes up enough where I'm like, they know. They know. Or maybe it's like the next edition, like the original edition maybe wasn't that smart, didn't do things where the characters would like run around cover once they got shot at and couldn't get to you to attack back. I feel like some characters have definitely backtracked and run around corners and stuff like that. That'll be more obvious in the future. So like right here, like this is by design. Like it really, like they go right under the bridge and you're just out of line of sight, so you can't get this kind of cheese until you find the mushroom caps and you can make yourself, like, this is terrifying right there. You could get yourself a line of sight. A little bit more risky, but it's not really, because this guy still can't reach you. It would have been neat if maybe this right here, this attack right here, because it's so intimidating, that it would still reach you. You know, that mist or the fog or whatever the hell that they breathe out, that it would be at that higher level, because it does kind of come up and then breathe, like right here. But it's still, the attack radius is still down there. It's still at the layer of, I guess, the creature's height. That's a great, what a nice cinematic close-up shot death kill. Anyways, yeah, took advantage of that, and it is what it is. Now I can do my little passive run to do some collecting of the items here. Again, the items here, let's actually back up. Let me just see what these were again. This might contribute to the comment I made in the last episode. Okay, the large Titanite shard is useful, but you can buy them later on. But it's still useful to find. It's a freebie, you know. And then we got the poison moss, which again, you can buy those. But I guess it's useful. It's just like if I'm in the middle of a torch, if I'm down here already, like, am I going to grab that poison moss and then go into my inventory and use it while I'm getting poisoned all over the place in a panic? No. Maybe some people would, but for me it's like, no, just die and come back. Come back with the meta knowledge. Take care of business. I was talking through that and I didn't see what I picked up here, but I want to remember. Yeah, take care of business, and then it's, yeah, right here. I was like, yeah, another rapier. It's a named one, and I had to assume, come on. I had to assume it'd be better than a normal rapier. And I'll talk about it in the future a little bit more extensively, and it is in some things, but I expected more for a named sword. That's all. Also, I feel like that's a reference to a Dark Souls 1 blade. I think there was a Ricard's rapier in Dark Souls 1. No? I'm trying to remember where and what, because I wouldn't have used it. But I feel like I recall a named weapon. And so I'll skip through there because I'm kind of in inventory mode. And it doesn't really matter. I did miss a drop right here. And to be honest now, I don't remember if I went back and got it. So this is the kind of thing while I'm in editing and post, I just write a little note down for myself, you know, which I'll do right now. And there's a secret door here that takes us to, I mean, I know more or less where it goes. But I don't remember the, whether or not I checked that middle lane one. I think I do in a different way. Which if you know, you know. Didn't expect this. I just saw that, yeah, no, I did remember the hanging guy on the side there. I thought that would go down, and I got a little bit worried. It's been a while since I've been here, so I'm actually a little bit disoriented. That's right. That's right. This is kind of neat. It's like the secret door that I couldn't open when I was rushing through the zone here. It's like, okay. It's another little bit of a shortcut thing. You don't ever really need it. But it's nice to have, I suppose. Now, I don't even know if that basilisk, the giant basilisk, pops back up. Like, respawns in here. I really don't recall coming back here. But anyways, note taken. I'll come back and check. Just doing another thorough check here for secret walls and whatnot. This little cubbyhole felt like it should have something. Maybe it just had like a dude hiding in there in the dark. But anyways, doing a double check here. Another cubbyhole here. A sconce there, which I forgot to light, which of course I got to keep in mind. I do believe I come back for, so let's speed up a little bit here. Just doing a culling. Again, just doing now that I'm doing it patiently, I'm trying to see if I've missed anything in the areas that I've already been at, right? Because I feel like maybe I'll never go back there if I push forward. I never have a reason to, then it might be lost to me. So I remember the sconce. Let's do the sconce now in case lighting these matter for like an invasion or a trigger or something like that. So just try to be thorough while I can be thorough, that kind of thing. I don't remember if I spotted any down here, so went back to check this as well. Found nothing. Leaving. Then there was that middle zone, and that's the part I don't remember if I went back to. I know I noticed something here a little later, but I don't... Right there. Do I notice the guy right now? Because I didn't, but I did, eventually. But like, that's the fourth ganker. Ganker. I think I do right here, or no? Yes, I do. Okay. And so this is a great little opportunity here, right? You get a little backstab here. You're kind of in control. Now, unfortunately... If I recall correctly, I mean, the dagger does so much more damage than I anticipated. That happens. So you kind of lose track of him for a little bit, but that's like 2 daggers for like half the health. That's insane. So I didn't know how useful the dagger would have been with a very high dexterity. But that, for 100 souls, massive, right? Because the throws are kind of quick. That's maybe a dexterity thing too. I'm not sure. Y'all can let me know. But I just feel like, now they're fast as well, so they could catch up to me and get me, you know? But I was very impressed by the ability to really like take advantage of these freebie shots, you know, for 100 souls a pop. It feels a little bit broken, to be honest. I don't use it enough, but it is a reason for me to definitely collect more daggers and take advantage of this more. Now, maybe the magnifying glass, not the binoculars, get you to tag a creature much further away so that you can throw daggers at them. But I'm like, there's got to be like a throw strength behind this too. That, see, I'm still kind of tempted to get him by dagger, but this is getting mighty dangerous It's just like my character's not really throwing the dagger to the, you know, tagged enemy, you know? So I panicked. But that's also a weird one, right? Like, it's not only that the sword does, like, your character does it. I talked about this last episode, where it, like, goes sequence of ACB instead of ABC. But even with the dagger throw, where you got the enemy tagged, it still does ACB. Your throw still doesn't supersede your dodge animation. Facing direction kind of thing, right? And so am I contemplating jumping for that shiny bit? I don't know. We'll find out. Okay, go back to town because I want to mess with the Ricard's Rapier for a little bit. Maybe level it up a little bit, I think is what's going on here. So I'll just skip through that. We can always come back to it. And I know I talk about it a lot in the future because of thoughts, you know? I was contemplating the whole shield thing at this point. Maybe leveling it up. And going with the, maybe like mess around with parry a little bit. But, you know, part of like getting the shield in this, because I could go rapier and shield is what I was thinking of right here, right? But part of that is like I have to reconfigure my brain on the playstyle of bringing parry into the kind of rotation or like my patterns, you know? And then each enemy is going to have its own attack sequence where some stuff is maybe easier for me to key into to parry, some of it isn't. So that's when I attack, and I'm like, or I could just two-handed weapon attack them and stick to my patterns that work. I know what to dodge. I know I still where I'd like to get better at, and like I'm talking from the future here, and so obviously I haven't figured it out yet. Otherwise I would be talking about it right now. But I'd like to get better at knowing when not to dodge. There are moments I've caught with certain enemies where I literally do not have to roll away. It's just like I have this panic thing where I just want the iframes to at least play a part in me, in the dodge, right? Because I want the iframes to mitigate me possibly dodging poorly, but the iframes will at least help. Not dodging, but like even if I were to move away, like moving away won't trigger the iframes. And so if I get that wrong, I'm getting hit, you know? And so it's just a kind of, it's a safety blanket for me to dodge and know that the iframes are in play. And I move far away, but sometimes moving further away is actually not beneficial to the patterns, because I have to then, again, because of that weird thing where I have to turn the character around, run back to the direction of the opponent, and that takes time. And so now I've lost, these things matter. The half second matters, you know? But yeah, and so I get disoriented, and so when I'm tagging, it doesn't do what I want it to do. When I'm not tagging, it feels better, because at least I'm in control of the camera flow, and I just get used to a certain button move, like the toggle move, for certain enemies, because I know how they're going to kind of spin around themselves and come at me, and I know how much to spin to face them again. Yeah, I can kind of do it blind, like you've seen parts of this play where like I'm literally seeing nothing. The camera is so on the characters where I'm in the body of the enemy. I have no idea what I'm looking at and how I'm aiming, but I hit them and I survive and I dodge at the right time. It's because like I've just pattern sequenced certain sounds. It's actually, I'm going by sound most of the time now. And I know when to either turn all the way to then attack or just dodge again. Like I can kind of tell, you know? And I don't know how I'm telling. It's just how patterns work, man. And that's the great part, is you do something long enough. That right there made me very excited. That's the R2 on the Ricard's Rapier. Why do I say that? Every time. So that makes me think, okay, there's a little bit of an on guard, like you lose some time on the on guard, which it might be in the silent episode. It does compromise me a couple times, because like I'm ready to just go snap with the katana, as a slice, you know, down, up, and it just feels good. Like, and it's like the timing is like I'm used to it. And then even the Rapier +5, like when I press the button, he's gonna stab, and so if I spam press the button, he stab, and he's gonna get 6 stabs off, you know. But the Ricard's Rapier, not quite. You do the on guard. It's like, it's so fun to see, and it feels dangerous. But then I was like, yeah, but the damage it does, I could probably have spammed my way to those 6 attacks, but it would have wasted my entire stamina bar. Whereas this Rapier, it's like half your stamina. So technically it's no, but it's not the same. But at the same time, it's very risky because you got that stall up front, you know? And if you mistime that, your poise can get damaged, and yeah, thrown. Goodbye, Crew World. That kind of sucks. Anyways, I had no souls to lose. But I did do it again because am I trying to find out how to get to this thing? I think I am. Try to do a jump here, bail. you can see what the rotation might look like at this point. Humanity is not in play. Doesn't really matter. I try to get to this ledge. Doesn't work. We'll skip past this as well. Live editing, folks. So naturally it feels like, okay, well, I got to be up here, so I got to call the zone so I'm not getting chased while doing it. So let's do that first. And then, all right, let's figure it out. There's the bridge. That's just crazy. How, like, it's literally right over the fire pit. Like, once you get to the end of this rotation. That's great. All right. So, next attempt. I'm going to do a jump. It feels just suspicious to me. That's what I'm contemplating right there. Like, it doesn't feel like I'm going to land it because of the short area. I sort of forgot about how the roll coming out of these things. So then I was like, okay, but great thing with playing Dark Souls 1 before you play Dark Souls 2, by the way, is you've already faced things like this. Also, did I just, yeah, I noticed this cave entrance right here. Oopsie doopsie. Bye, Crew World. Which I didn't notice the first time, and I didn't put the pieces together, but eventually I did. Let's tap this forward. Okay, I went into the cave mouth here, and I kind of walked away on that middle bridge zone area, and there you go, just connected the pieces. So basically you can come at this point, well, I would say safer to some degree. Not safer, I guess it's all the same, right? Anyways, the moths do spawn back. I thought some of them would not, but I guess these ones do. And I didn't go back for the shiny bit. That's why I took my note. Do I go back for it? Do I forget about it? Was it a drop? It was maybe a moth drop. There's nothing to go back to. Yeah, that's possibly true. I'm almost very likely, to be honest. Anyways, but when you get here, like, how do you get out of this problem right here? I guess you got to go around and through the, I think I might just run off the edge here. What do I do here? I don't know why I'm doing equipment review at this point, but I think it's just to make sure I didn't miss anything that I might have picked up, but I don't check it, and then I just do once in a while. I take a pause just to validate if I see anything different. I don't think I do here. I think everything looks fairly familiar. And at this point, this is the fastest way to travel. Since the humanity doesn't matter, I know I'm going to have to trigger it at some point when I'm ready to move on. Now, I'm doing a run here, a push run, to try to open up another part of the map here, because I know that there's another fire somewhere, like a fire, not a bonfire. I didn't know that yet, but I saw something lit up while I was on the other side of the board, and I was like, how do I get to that side? So there must be another path, by these huts that I never checked, because I knew I turned right, and I hugged into the other bridge, and then it took me to the long wooden bridge, right? I hugged towards the stone bridge, took me to the wooden bridge, and those 4 or 5 guys, you know. So this push, I didn't mean to fight my way, but this board is like, maybe it's so tight, like the area of the board, that when these enemies lock in on you, there's nowhere to go. Like, you have to fight them. You can outrun them and just move forward, but I barely got in that last week. But this katana, always for the win, man. That katana, man. It's my friend. As I find some new huts, safely, cautiously work my way through them, into them, because I don't know what's up. Pull a switch that I don't know what it does, but hey, it's there. And then bam, get completely like, it's like everything gets warned and centers on me. I love these dogs. Like, more, like everything. I think everything on the board that you haven't killed up to this point gets activated and knows you've triggered that, and so they come at you. Now, I didn't know what that really did. I kind of didn't. I don't think I put these pieces together like that. This thing, and even now I'm like, was this thing up and then it came down? I am assuming that's what happened. That's what it did. And because I come back here and I see that all the enemies are around that bridge, and so it looks like they all get triggered because this thing activates. They're like, well, they know that. So it's just because it's smart AI programming there to like get them to converge on you. And there you go. Looking down at the other 2 bridges, I noticed a hole here, which is to the shiny bits I couldn't get access to. But there is this dude inside, and of course, I am one for taking this the only right way you're supposed to do it. Cheese. So take him out by cheese. No risk to myself. We're just going to skip past this. Well, it took me longer than it should have. I'm not sure why. I think it's just wooden arrows, you know. Anyways, and then bam, free chest. And this got us, again, bone dust. That's where I'm like, you kind of, and this one gets us a soul spear. I still haven't checked in on that one, actually. That might be fun. Moss and Blossom. So again, I'd say to that. They're all okay, but this contributes back to the comment I made of like, sometimes is the risk worth it? Not quite, but you know what the game is doing? It's getting you to like explore things and go to these things, like just try, just go get those things, because maybe it's a little bit of training. Maybe they're teaching you. I mean, right there for me, it's like, well, just telling you, reminding you that you can cheese whatever you want. Like if the enemy has no way to get you, why would you put yourself in danger in a tight space like that, right? I don't know, because there was like 2 things in a chest in there. It was a soul spear. Maybe it's a cool spear. I don't know. I haven't really investigated it. And as we have to fight these big guys here, so just skip a couple of these. That humanity is probably a necessity at this point. That's a quarter of health on each swing. So 2 swings. Goodbye. So this is where I'm contemplating doing the humanity, but I want to see first. I did a wrong turn there, by the way. I wanted to see if I could do a full run to the that bridge without having to fight them. Just like, could I dodge them enough? Could I outrun them? Yeah, no, they keep coming. They are committed. I do plan on fighting them, so I guess it wasn't that attempt. I'm going to skip through it because it's going to get redundant. Fight. Alright, so going back up to the top here. I did not mean to do any of this. My health is pretty poor right now. I'm not sure why I'm not Estus flasking. I just assume at some point it's like, well, I'll just redo this. I'm not sure. Alright, so back into the exploration mode. Going back to the top here because it's an area I haven't gone to yet. And I feel like I need to thoroughly explore whatever this bridge was that came down. Make it back up here. I can hear the dog, of course. Yeah, these guys are all over the place up here. Like, once you know where they are, then it definitely gets easier to just get in here and take care of business. These trees are advantageous for sure for these ranged bastards. You gotta wait to hide yourself, like block those arrow shots, you know. Anyways, making sure that this whole area has been completely cleared. Crossing the bridge. Another shiny there I missed out on. I don't know if that's like from a... That was probably from a kill. Anyways, bonfire here of corpses. Disgusting. Another little bridge there, which makes me intrigued, of course. So there's somewhere to go, man. So, just a safety flask before moving forward. I assumed I was going to get ganked here from one of these shadow areas. What I didn't expect is... Bam! I didn't expect that. But, of course, it's locked. But, of course... And so now we have effectively a new area, I suppose. Well, it is because I'm speaking from the future. It's like it's a good little spot. This was a fun part, but definitely it had its moments. So I won't tap forward here because this is new, non-redundancy here, and you can see some of my reactions while I talk through this. It's like anything on these walkways, right? It's always the risk of like, yeah. Just slip off the edge, and it just kind of sucks. So if I can pull them over to me, perfect. I'm only inching forward to see, like, is it going to open up a new area, I think is what I'm checking. Usually you get, like, a warning that you've entered a new zone, you know? I don't know why I'm checking this again, considering I literally didn't pick up a key yet. I don't know why I did that. Maybe the game forgot. Maybe, I don't know, what are you thinking right now, bro? Anyways, maybe I am going to tap forward because let's try to get to somewhere new here. Do I get the balls to actually push forward? I do. I drag him back to the bridge, kill him at the bridge, and then move forward. Now it's still these guys, I'm like, I can take these guys. They're like, as long as I don't miss the swing because my character doesn't rotate to do the swing where the enemy is, you know? As long as I don't do that, there's one swing wonders here. Checking for a secret door there, it felt like a little odd to me. I'll do a 5-second push instead of 10-second push. Just prep my health. Even there is like, why didn't I take an effigy and then do the life gem and then you just have full health again, bro? Like, why not do that? Like, you can sacrifice some effigies here and there. Well, because I like saving them. I never know when there's going to be a point in the game where I'm really going to need to do the back-to-back effigies. We got our merciless Rowena appearance here. This is a new character. So that sickle definitely intimidated the crap out of me. Considering I had half my health there, that's why like the effigy would have come in handy here, but I didn't know I was gonna be up against an evasion, you know? Anyways, I saw how fast the health was going to the katana, and this character's having the same troubles I have where they don't turn around. Thank God. They have a... Oh, I saw this though. I didn't expect... I'm like, they heal? These bastards heal? I mean, you do get to intercept them while they're in that heal, but like, thank God my katana's fast. Take advantage of that heal animation, and you get like 2 free swings in, and then you stun them or stutter them before they get recalibrated, you know, to be in attack mode. You can really take advantage of those heal, but I'd rather not. I'd rather just have taken them out sooner. But anyways, lesson learned. Again, this feels like a trap, as you can see by my caution. You know, because it feels like a what's it called? Like trap. It's bait. You know, looks like trap bait. Maybe you go for that and then you get the invasion triggers on you or something like that. I thought there was a moth here. Am I crazy? I didn't look up yet. There it is. I was like, I guess where's something? So like maybe you start fighting there and then you run into this and it compromises you while you're in the fight. Is what that might have been. They could have put the moth like right over the pickup there though, the loot pickup. And then spawned you at the same time, like super troll you. Anyways, we have ourselves a new fortress. We got some shinies down there, which of course, the meta, right? Guiding the eye to let you know that there's going to be some layers involved here and you're going to have to go explore to find those pieces out. Now I do want to get a nice broad space that I can attack in and see everything, because I never trust it's only going to be one, that kind of thing. I'm not sure why I'm running back so far at this point. This definitely doesn't make it safer. I don't think I'm going to do a recharge. Oh, did I get a key? I think I picked up a key there. I did. So we get the bonfire. Exciting. See, if you don't push, and we got this new guy. If you don't push, you never get the key. And it's just right around the corner, you know.
You've set me free.
Look who it
Now
is.
I can find him. The cheeky prick. He won't know what hit him.
I do put the pieces together here. I mean, I didn't at first, but I was like, could it be?
Mirror.
Crichton.
I travel from land to hone my blade. I've heard this land was full of danger. I thought it would suit me perfectly. I joined forces with a man on the way, but he was no more than a backstabbing knave.
You don't say.
He took the first chance he had. To try
Scoundrel
and
who traps people.
off me. I decided to set a trap for him here.
This is well done.
Trap myself.
Because it's just these little moments, you know, but
I can't believe that I was so dense.
it just wraps you into a little bit of a thread, you know, to keep this experience going. With a little bit more substance, you know.
Careful of him. Pate,
Pate.
I think he said.
Bam.
He wears this rather
Connection
unusual
point
ring.
confirmed.
You know it when you see it. I've seen this type before.
I guess that was like a little heads up of like, if you take him out, you get this he's got a ring, that would be cool.
I'm sure I won't be his last victim. The man's better off dead. I tell ya. He's a slick talker.
Yeah.
Don't let him fool ya.
Yeah.
Pate.
Both.
The man with
Maybe
the
it's like the
shiny
land of
ring.
Mira is just full of these scoundrels, you
I
know.
believe a word. I'll find a common footpad and put an end
It's
to
like a
his
roguey kind of country or whatever these things are called in this world here.
Pate. The man with the and
Slimy
don't
rat.
find it.
I love it. Anyways, rest at the bonfire. Did I rest? I don't think I rested though. Did I reset everything? 8,300 souls. Let's check out the dark area next. Now this is definitely, I got the Tomb of Giants vibe again off of this one, of course. What I love about this though is you do see those sconces that you can light. That's, man, I can't praise those enough in this game's design. We got the clicking, which are clattering jaws of skeletons getting reconstituted. And of course the curse jar laughing. That had to get put down. Reanimating skeletons, of course. A nod to the past. Again, if you play Dark Souls 1, you sort of have these built-in... There's a magic mace right there. Nice. Forgot where I picked it up. Of course it'd be in this section. They're basically telling you, hey, you should probably be using a mace at this point against this opponent type, because they are vulnerable to smashing damage. And it's a magic mace at that, so it's probably like a double benefit there. Now, I didn't really need it because the damage output on the katana swings was it did enough. Maybe the mace would have been a little bit faster, but you know, just because of the build and stuff like that, the katana was definitely enough. Now it's dark enough in here that I think this is where I made the decision where it's like, I got enough hours now on torches, and I'm picking them up pretty regularly at this point, that I should probably take torches into dark areas, because you really mitigate a lot of the danger. Yeah, I'm checking to see if that guy's gonna get me after. Of, you know, being able to see. Being able to see is a big advantage in a game like this, where it's like, no, you're only making it difficult if you want to make it difficult. You don't have to. So this right here is where I heard that sound. I was like, okay, so there's gonna be an entrance. So because of Dark Souls 1, it's like one of these scenarios where like you could keep fighting, or you could find the Necromancer, or because this is going to continue to be a problem if you don't, you know. I think I'm doing a double check here to see if maybe they only raise twice, or I think oh my god, see, I didn't see the edge there. Super lucky right there. And then at this point, I feel like I'm going the direction I came from, but I push into this new area. So that's where the dark, even with the torch, the dark was like throwing me off. So at this point, I was like, I just want to run faster. Let me just get out of here and like reset my brain. Because like I was going to the new area, and it looked like it could have, it could compromise my 8,000 souls. And of course, I play it a little bit safe the first time around when I'm trying to scope out an area and learn what's out there and the meta behind it all. So let's speed this up. I'm going to save these souls here, do some equipment upgrade. I'm checking that magical mace, and I do choose it as one of my mains as an option because of like the smashies. Check this club again. I remember using the club in Dark Souls 1. And then there you go, reinforcing the mace as a secondary. Maybe one day, you know, maybe one day, but it's there. The moveset is pretty fun. Does a bam, bam. So it does a bit of a similar katana swing there. You see how it goes like it's a down and then up. And it feels like the same arc. So I felt like I could probably adapt well to the mace as my secondary weapon if I ever wanted to go into a smashing category. So let's speed past this. We're going back into here. Now I have a couple options, of course. I'm doing a test drive on the mace, as you can see. I'm really trying to adapt to the playstyle that this requires. Like, how many swings did it take to kill these enemies that I now have gotten used to taking out? Will they get taken out? That's crazy. Like, he literally won't attack until he's like right on your ass. Like, you can't trigger the animations. they'll just keep running. That guy's a little bit, yeah, he tricks you with his animation. Okay, so, I mean, the skeletons, yes, you can definitely tell the difference. The fleshies, I don't know if it was a big enough difference, you know? And so I'll just pass through here. I'm contemplating some stuff, taking some souls. Yeah, trying to get the 13k. What is it? 13, almost 13.5k. Get another level there for the strength. Trying to get strength to 20 at this point. So I'm back and focusing on that. Back to the Huntsman Copse. And as you can tell, I still haven't gone back to that bridge area because there's enough for me to explore in this area. And I hit this new area. Now, coming back to the... going in reverse here is where I noticed where these guys are positioned. And it made that a lot easier to take out. And I think I am committing to go to, or to try to figure out if like what that bridge is all about. I'm trying to see if the run is easier to do if I come out of this flame, this bonfire, this fire pit, instead of the other one, you know. And I do feel like it's a little bit easier, yeah. This guy, like, he eventually gets easy because he's so slow. And if I could commit, that's a 3-swinger, but that 3rd swinger doesn't always intercept him. Oh, that's what I'm doing. I did a humanity. I'm trying to see, like, was I, or did I accidentally stumble on that summon there? I forget, actually, but I did find the summon location there in case I need it. So I'm I know there's a fog bridge up there, you know, and I'm trying to prep for when eventually I get up there. I'm generally looking for 2 of these where I can. I don't always find 2, so there might be like conditions that you have to complete in order for, I don't know, for them to open up. Maybe there's something like that going on behind the scenes. I'm not sure, but we do have this one. And there we go. We got like a ninja looking dude. Bashful Ray. Oh, this was kind of this was fun. The way I handled Ray. Maybe it's, I don't remember if I do it in this episode. We are at the hour-and-a-half mark here though. But I keep on calling out to Ray. There's a bit of an kind of a silly like narrative I had going on here with Ray, Bashful Ray. I was like being mentor-esque with him. Yeah, I've done these like zones, you know, these areas, and I need Ray to stay on me because, you know, it's gonna get very easy to like get caught off guard and keep checking to see if Ray's all right, not falling off a cliff or like getting caught up on minions when I need him to follow me because we have to get to that bridge, you know, and do the work. But these bladed guys here, they're rough. See, I'm like, where's Ray? Ray, get in here, Ray. Anyways, I think that might be there goes Ray. No. That's a long way to run around, but they'll do it. They'll do it. They commit to get back to you. Anyways, and then I was hoping that I could take advantage of, like, get Ray to help me out here, just to make this easier. Get to the bridge, and then, you know, slowly get our way up to that fog wall, and I'd have access to Ray for the entire time because I have Ray here. He's still here. His health is decent. He'll heal himself, which I never expected. He does have these like these Wolverine claw blades, which are freaking neat. We'll find them eventually. I haven't messed around with them yet, but that right there, I'm like, what do you mean task completed? Ray, come back, Ray. We're not done. So I was like, was Ray's task to take out these guys? What was Ray's task? So I don't know what the meta is behind here and what makes these summons go away. I don't know if it was time based. A little bit of a stutter there, folks. Sometimes that happens with my machine nowadays. Anyway, stabby, 2 daggers, 3 daggers, 4 daggers. Look at that, eh? I spammed the 5th one unnecessarily. So I can kind of get here, and it's okay. It's reasonable. But then part of me is always like, yeah, but now I got 6,000 souls. It's just like you can get to this point, but now you have souls, and mentally it's like I don't want to lose them. I know what I talk about generally when I get to these points. I have the same trigger memories of like what kind of blocks me from moving forward confidently and comfortably. I have to figure out this bridge thing because I know I'm supposed to get to the other side there. I don't know how to jump. I don't know how tough this guy's gonna be. I fought him, but this is close quarters. There's a bridge. I can roll off. But I give it a shot. I got my full health, and I was like, I could probably do it. He's probably slow. Yeah, he is. But look at that blade. Look at the reach of that blade and the damage it does. Like, I had nowhere to go. Like, I felt completely helpless in this zone. He gets you to this corridor, and his blade swing, it's slow, but it covers the entire circumference of that particular area. You basically have to retreat. No, you don't have to, but I'm saying maybe the iframes I was rolling not at the right time. I wasn't timing clear, obviously. but the bridge is probably the way to go. And then part of me is like, well, if you get to the bridge, you can probably get him to, like, slip off the bridge. There's very likely a cheesable win there on that dude. Because we're going to now speed up through here because I'm doing a fast run up the bridge. No fear in the world. I just assume these souls are never going to get secured, you know? They're in here now. For me to get them, it's going to be dangerous. I do this run jump right here and I actually make it. And so at that point, I'm like, okay, I kind of know how to get here. And then I saw that guy walk up the bridge. I'm like, all right, well, that's a freebie, you know? And now I'm just like, okay, now how do I, like, jumping back? Now I have like a very short runway, and for me to get to the bridge now, I'm thinking of the rolling animation. I was like, I'm just gonna roll off the other side though. Like, how do I stop the roll from taking me out in that little opening area on the other side of the bridge? So I'm like, maybe I have to run on an angle and like roll into that area, the building, you know. This took me a long time. I'm probably going to cut through half an hour of me thinking through how to work this problem out. Let's go 5 seconds at a time just to get somewhere. Oh, of course. I tried to do a cheesable approach here because, like, naturally, this would be what I tried to do. Get the arrow on that hilt and, like, it still right like acknowledges it as damage. Alas, that was not possible. But I did discover that I could cheese things on the bridge though. So if I got my ass up here, I could probably clear the zone with cheese arrows, because it doesn't look like they didn't jump after me, they didn't chase me. And I was strongly contemplating, and maybe I'm right now, I don't actually, talking from the future, I'm not actually sure, like I don't know, but like, could you get your ass back onto here and then this invader guy wouldn't have access to you either? I think I have the answer to that. Maybe we'll notice it in this episode. I'm going to speed forward here because I am contemplating what to do here, and I really want to get this cheese attempt here, and I know I need to jump back, but now that jump is has a very high risk chance of getting me killed. See how long I'm contemplating this? Thank God y'all don't have to hear me ramble about it for real time here. Maybe this might be the jump attempt here. So, but seeing that the camera goes right up on your back, and it's like, well, now I can't really see. Like, I can't get a really good angle on the positioning of the jump, and naturally, Dark Souls has to teach you that you are not in control. But it's like, you know Dark Souls is going to do this to you. Do you know what I mean? Like, I knew it was going to happen because it's what happens, man. It's what Dark Souls does. Oh, you just kind of missed it? Well, now we're just going to make sure that you die for that, you know? It's like, I felt like I made it. But it's like, no, you're toe clipped. Too bad for you. Down you go. Now I think I do a mad dash here. I try to outrace these guys, just because I want to see if I can make this jump again. Was the goal here, and I can't. So I was like, okay, it's pretty consistent. You can do that at a full trot there. And those guys hang out over there by that edge, and I'm thinking I could probably arrow them from here. Just in case, because like I could jump back, make it, and then I'm fighting that guy, and these guys are running across the bridge again to wreck me. You know what I mean? So do some cheese arrows from this distance. The journey of the arrow is a little bit long here to really gauge like where to aim, but bam, it's possible. So we'll just skip past there, chip away at them slowly but surely. You don't need to see it though. I gotta make this jump. Now I got the bow and arrow, but I'm like, but I want to jump back. So I do that. The roll doesn't take me off the bridge, so I'm like, okay, I feel a little bit confident that the roll, you can roll onto there and then not. But then this right here is like, I need to get back. I need to get back. Incorrect, sir. You are not getting back. Not with that cheap little run. How dare you think you can get back to that edge and cheese that invader. So let's get forward. Same sequence. I go back, come down off that edge, kill the guy on the dome, run this, ignore the other 5 guys. Now I stopped there, unfortunately. So, alas, this is what happened. I couldn't get my ass back up on that cliff. No problem. 5,000 souls. Effectively, like the entire time, I'm saying they're sacrificed. There's no way I'm getting those back. There's going to be like a double mistake at some point, and then I'm going to be starting over. See, for me to get those souls now, these guys are on me. Like, it's crazy how much they keep up. It really is crazy. And like right here, it's like, what do you think is going to happen? But at least now the souls are midway up the bridge. I was hoping I could get them without having to turn around at the top there, because I need to get that jump off. And the only way I know how to do it now is to do a consistent sprint up the bridge and then pivot right and get this up and pop this off. So bam, and then kablamo. That feels, and that one felt like it could have missed because my foot caught there. But look at that. Just walks off the edge like an idiot. Like an idiot. And I'm going to tap forward here because look, there goes another one. 10,000 souls. I'm not even trying. I'm just running back and my souls are doubling. Not doubling, but like 5,000 a pop almost on every return. It's crazy. And there's literally only one. There's one guy I kill, which is when I drop off that edge into that cracked dome thing. There's only one rogue I kill there, and the rest are just falling off edges and stuff like that and killing themselves while chasing me. Sad to be them. Anyways, hitting the 2-hour mark. I know I take a long time here, so we're going to speed this up a little bit. What's that glowing bit right there, though? What just happened there? Oh, I'm doing the Alluring Skull. I'm trying to draw him into this bridge here with the Alluring Skull. Now, I wasted them, but like I needed to know. You know what I mean? The tactic was working for minions elsewhere, not for invaders. Alas. I'm trying to game a couple systems here because I do not want to fight in those close quarters. So let's speed up again, try to jump back, and of course, failure. Monumental disappointment of just the game's design, really. I don't blame myself at all. So anyways, 10,000 souls. Let's do the full run back. See, there's this drop here. I make the drop here, kill this guy. I usually leave this stuff behind at this point. I don't even bother. I probably missed out on some drops for sure. And these guys dying all the time. Like, I'm sure they drop. I actually don't know what they drop, but I'm sure they drop stuff, and I'm missing out on it. I think I've seen armor pieces drop on these guys. Like, it's nothing I can't live without kind of thing. Anyways, run past all of these. I get pretty good at dodging all of those in that corridor. I'll try to keep the next one in. I've become a master at it. Right behind me. And then sprint, pivot, and failure. And there go the 10,000 souls. And that's where I'm like, all right, well now, I think that was, you can read my lips there, 10,000 souls. At that point, I always contemplate, how am I going to get those back now? Fuck the game. Like, I'm getting those souls back somehow. I'll call this whole area. I'm getting those 10,000 souls back. I will not have them robbed from me. Okay. Anyways, but at this point, as with, I said I'd leave this one in just to see how much of an expert I become here. So run up this cliff here. This one can't really catch up. He'll get on our tail. Run around the edge here. I like to hear that he's right behind me because I hope that he can fall off the bridge. Anyways, there's like this method here. Bam, bam. Works pretty good. So the final two, just zigzag them. I do a little bit more zigzags at the beginning as I become more of an expert at this run, because, surprise to no one, I commit, goddammit. Now this running jump here, that was barely a running jump and I made it, which actually shocked me. There goes one, there goes two. I don't even know how many died on this bridge during this. There's all 5 of them on the bridge right now, but generally at least 2 of them. There goes another one, I think. I think that was a zombie. But look, like, literally, like, they're all just like, there goes another one. I think, yeah, pushing themselves off. Like, they get stuck. Like, they don't notice the gap in the bridge. Who knows? Crazy opportunistic point here for soul grabbing, right? If you have the patience for it. But, like, ultimately, I just want this door here. Because, like, I'm not even keeping these souls. That's what's frustrating me with this run here. Is, like, the run doesn't matter as long as I'm getting paid for my time in souls. But when I lose the opportunity to get these souls back, I do get pretty frustrated here. And again, because little things like that. There goes another 3,000 souls. Let's move on. Hypercut. Kind of maybe get these back, but I don't. But see, like, I don't want to, because I know that that could be the thing that compromises me, and then they're gone for sure, you know. So I'll get these guys to rack up. There goes 2 more, right? It's crazy how consistently ridiculous they are on this bridge, though. It's insane. And the 3 of them. No, there goes a zombie, and the other ones make it back to land. Okay, and so I still don't feel very confident jumping back out of this, but. You know, I'm a creature of... And that one time I didn't get a roll. Like, my guy didn't roll there, and I actually don't know what makes that happen. I don't know if it's like, if you just stop pushing forward when you land. If you're pushing forward when you land, you'll roll. Otherwise, it'll just stop. But I didn't really catch that when I was doing this. So, anyways, I've got 4,000 souls now. It's not that bad. And do I contemplate just... I'm trying to contemplate getting him to fall down one of these bridge pieces here, honestly. Like, I feel like, no, there's got to be a way to cheese this guy. I think they drop homeward bones, right? Effigies, even effigies, one or the other. And I was like, both of those, I can get both of those things elsewhere. I think it's effigies you get from these guys. I don't really think it's that useful. Anyways, we have the cheese opportunity, so I'm going to try to take it. See if he's protected or not. I also want to see if he'll even leave this, because generally, like, sometimes they have this boundary, you know. So now that I'm like, I don't really care what I lose here. I just need to know, will you cross the boundary? Actually make that jump. And now I'm like, okay, well, can I shoot you through these bars is my next test. And as you can see, this early indicator tells me no. It feels like there's an invisible wall there, but since I'm a stubborn bitch, I was like, no, there we go. The face says it all. I'm like, I got it. We have a cheese opportunity. But see how the game knows to position these characters in a way that puts them just out of that the cheese reach, but like I found kind of a sliver here, an advantageous sliver here for my arrows, and now I just have to be patient. So we're gonna tap through this because this did actually take quite a long time, but I was unwilling to do this the right way. After all my losses, I was like, nope, I just want the wall. I got him to this corridor, which it could have been really useful, but I'm just terrible with the bow and arrow, and so I've lost my opportunity there. I don't really get him back to do that sidestep again, unfortunately, but he does this one up here, which is enough for me, right? Because at this point, he's kind of stuck in this like back and forth animation at this gate, whereas like he's hearing the arrow and maybe kind of seeing what's going on, and so he's just back and forth. See, into here, and it's like, well, I kind of found the spot. So cheesable invader, they can go to hell. I refuse. I refuse. You think you have the advantage here, bitch? Huh? I think not, sir. This little ledge here, though, it feels like it was intentionally put there, like design-wise. Like, I don't know. I feel like they put it there for a reason. Otherwise, I wouldn't put a shiny on it, right? They told you to go figure out how to do this jumping on this ledge because it'll be beneficial for you. I don't know where the hell this guy is at now, but let me do 5-second pushes. I'm trying to draw him with the arrow. Worked. And now I just got to get my ass off this thing. But the good news is that I never have to really worry about hitting a wall there again. Like, I might lose these souls, but I'll never have the invader there blocking me from getting into this zone here. I mean, I can still lose the souls by failing 2 jumps, of course. And of course, I'm going to go for the jump because finally we've succeeded. Incorrect. Dark Souls says no. You have not succeeded. You're going to be punished for your cheese. But at least I know my souls are right there when I go back for them, you know? So I can make this run. And now at this point, I'm like, oh, well, thanks for putting the souls there. Because now it's like, oh, I could have missed that. I could have missed that little foot clip there. But here's my opportunity. I'm like, well, I guess we're going to play this game where you're all, well, some of you, half of you are going to walk off the edge like that. There goes 1. There goes 2. And then some of you are going to be rangeable. And there goes 3, the zombie. And I can get some souls back here by doing rotation. And so I might have a lot to click through at this point. We're going to start clicking at this point because I'm almost certainly going to take advantage of this. I don't know why I keep talking through that. I'm just trying to, you know, just make content. I thought for sure I'd do rotations of this before going into that fog wall. Do I not? I feel like I called this whole 0. Oh, maybe I didn't. Or maybe I come back. I'm not sure. I just humanitied up, which means, oh, it's the summons. It's like, do I go back for those the extra help? So I can read the scene, get that opportunity to like read the scene without distractions. My gut is telling me that's what I did because that just seems reasonable. But then I was like, why did I get the humanity now? Because I can still die from here to get the guy and then come back. Like I could fall off an edge. I could accidentally get, yeah. See, I don't risk it. I don't risk it. I just homeward it. That feels like sometimes the logic wins. Sometimes the stubbornness wins. But in this particular case, thank God, logic won. Let's just restart it. I got the humanity. Let's go get the summon. So we're going to cull the zone as much as we can. Get some humanity along the way. Get good old Ray back. Hope Ray doesn't fall down those edges. Now, what I didn't consider is that if I just run with Ray, I'd get into this situation right here. I sort of didn't really think that through, to be honest. I thought Ray would have done better, or I was hoping that they would have fallen off the bridge. But alas, don't do that. Don't do that strategy. If you're gonna get Ray, make sure you I didn't want to lose Ray to his mission of killing these 5 guys. So I was like, well, maybe I have to outrun those 5 guys. Get Ray through the wall. Let me backtrack here because I feel like I tried to get through the wall, but I actually I got interrupted or I couldn't do it. Or Ray wasn't with. I don't know what happened here, but I don't know why I wouldn't just run for that wall. I turned around and he was right on my ass. Oh. But the goal would have been to just go for the fog wall there, but I also didn't expect all 5 of them, to be honest. But Ray is his own aggro target, you know. Ray's hit points hold out though, pretty good though. Anyways, well, fast forward. We're gonna have to get another humanity in here. We're gonna have to kill things as we go. I know the souls are easy to get back now-ish. So I'll take Ray a little bit at a time, but I still don't want to lose Ray to these fights. I need him with the boss. And I was like, maybe that's Ray's purpose. Maybe there's a timer. Like, I still haven't figured it out, by the way. I don't know why I lost Ray. Because his mission was complete. Is it a number of hit points defeated? Like, there's got to be some meta that triggers when to release the ally, you know? It's either a timer or it's how many attacks, hit points. I don't know. He didn't die. So anyways, here we go. New boss. With good old Ray. How well will Ray do? Who wants to take bets? Because I didn't expect this. At all. It's so cool. One of my favorite bosses, probably. I didn't expect it to be this. I mean, this Nook right here was an immediate I get it moment. Because, like, how else? I'm like, if I'm fighting a chariot, there's got to be a way for me to get out of this problem. So it is a full width hallway destruction, though. And I'm like, where is Ray in all of this? Is Ray smart enough to get cover? I mean, he's right there. He took some damage. I'm like, look, there goes Ray. He's going for it. Nope. Ray is getting nowhere. At this point, I'm not even picking up to grab things because, you know, I'm worried about the Nooks. I was going to see how far I could push each run of rotation here. And now, I like to see that. I like to see that the skeletons actually took it there as well. You're not the only one that takes the hit here, so you can kind of take that to your advantage. Like, you don't have to waste your time attacking these guys. You just, pow! I just have to get to the Nook before them. I thought that was the Nook. Obviously, it was not, as we all saw and learned there. Now, I thought this was a Nook to my left as well, and it wasn't. And I thought that was a Nook, and it wasn't. So this is where it's like, maybe go slow here. Also, I'm trying to find out, like, how do I even attack this thing? And I see this. I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to pull it, and hopefully that'll do something. But you can see the error of my ways there. I kept running because I was going for that Nook. But, you know that would have gone wrong for me. Because you know what happens. I know what happens now, clearly. But that would have wrecked me. That would have compromised me anyways. So let's tap forward. I thought that was cool, but poor Ray didn't stand a chance in there. And I don't know if that was like the intentional troll of like making Ray survive long enough to actually get to that fog gate. Like, is that why they put an invader there? That if you bought Ray, then Ray would have he would have either been killed by the lanky bastards, by the invaders, right? Like, you would maybe never get him into that fog wall. To get him into the fog wall, how useful could Ray possibly have been? So I'm talking here about like the tactics here. I think I already summarized them because, again, hindsight. I kind of told you what. Like, sometimes I'm acknowledging things as I'm playing. Like, I know what the Nooks are for, but when I'm in the moment, my gut is what makes me take those actions. But I don't always see the I don't always see, like, I can't see like where the spacing is, you know. And so I have to take a moment to really register what did I experience. And I was seeing if you could hit me with the whip there. And then fall off the edge. And then go into this going, okay, well, I know there are Nooks. If I just take it super, super slow, like go Nook at a time, even if it takes me long, it doesn't matter. The rotations seems to be that they'll keep happening. And so I just have to outlast the skeletons. And if I have enough S's and I have enough life stones, there goes the zombie. Then there goes the lanky bastard. I don't know their names. Anyways, and then I will, I can win the attrition rate of like this chariot taking out the skeletons. Now, what I didn't notice yet is I didn't notice the necromancers also hiding around, re-raising the skeletons. I thought they just spawned off the ground like every pass. Like he kind of like I was dropping skeletons off the back or something like that. Like I didn't know how the skeletons were coming into play. Anyways, let's jump back into here. See how I do the second time with a little bit more knowledge behind me here. So again, I'm not at this point. I'm like, no, every Nook I see is in my head. I was like, let's just take it super slow and see how the skeletons can't damage me that bad. I could probably take them out just enough. They're getting raised there, so I'm like, okay, well, maybe every time he passes, it's raising. So I didn't really know what was doing it. Now these skeletons are pretty. There we go. I just see one to the left there. I didn't see him the first time though, so I needed a Nook anyways. So I lucked out here. So I got that one. Bam. And I was hoping that would mean these guys wouldn't come back if I took them out. So at this point, I'm like, okay, let's just hang here. Where it's safe, I can use the sound to my advantage here. Let them do the pass. Right? Do a top up here. The skeletons are coming back, so I'm like, okay, that's kind of good. And again, you can see like I'm just gonna be super patient here because like I'm not getting extra attacked by like being patient. Your impatience is what's gonna kill you on this board, you know? You have plenty of time to get to the next nook. I do take a risk here, I'm not sure why, but there you go, nook to nook. And I also get to see like moments like that. I was like, you bastard. Does he actually get hit? No, he doesn't. So the skeleton and a nook here. Take the time to remove them. I did get bled there, but I think I'm okay. I know there's a skeleton multiple because now I'm like, okay, now I know what's causing this. That could have killed me because my step forward could have got me into aligned with the chariot and I would have been wrecked there. And it's healed up. Going for a nook there on the left. There was none, so I go for the one on the right. And then bam. Also, the screen does this tremble thing, which is a really nice visual indicator as well. That you should be looking for a nook. For a nook, just trying to see if I can find anything else like that could be a problem. And find out where that switch is. So I see my soul, so I know it's coming up. And I knew I compromised myself on the right there with the nooks. And then bam, I just see the guy on that right there, and I see him, and I need a cover spot anyways. Thank God these guys are easy to take out. And now I feel like I've got a pretty good chance at finding out what the next phase of this battle is all about. I think this still gets really chaotic. Talk ahead of things, we'll just watch this play out. This was a fun board. Easily my favorite. Because it's like that right there. That would have compromised the hell out of me. So now I'm like, okay, well, I guess something like this has to happen. And then I got an advantage. It's like falling right in front of me. Hell yeah, and then look half the health. The first 4 swings, half health, and I was like, okay, this isn't going to be super hard. And I'm doing what I do with all quadruped bosses. I expected that to happen. A frontal charge. It's like, don't be in front, but I couldn't get around it. But I'm trying to get to the flank. Is what I try to do with the quadrupeds. And at this point, just get behind the walls. Hopefully this thing doesn't go through walls. It doesn't. So I luck out here. I get an opportunity to get my health back. Life stones are not fast enough. So I get the full. I know if I can get a full swing in here, this thing is dead. And so I'm just looking for a patient opportunity here. This one scared me because I was like, I might get screwed here. Nope. Stone walls. Good protection. And I just go for the run. Good stab in here. I do go for 3 stabs, and I try to get to the side of it, not behind it, because I assume it's going to be a back kick here, and I was right. Every creature has this same set. I think I talked about how I faced this in different games too, where I think even Genshin Impact I mentioned, like there's like Honkai. So I didn't see this ledge here, and that almost destroyed me. Wouldn't that have been embarrassing? That stupid glowing thing. So right here is like I took a risk here. I knew he was going to possibly do a charge there. And so I was like, yeah, but then his animation is going to make him slow enough for me to end him. So the sequence of thoughts worked out there on that meta. It was slow enough that and there was limited kind of move sets here. Sort of made it easy, I'm not going to lie. I think it was just fun, but it was a little easy, I would say, with this one. Some bosses definitely push on. Like it's a lot harder for me to like really wrap my head around their move sets. It's usually because they're fast and they have reach to my dodge. Then I'm like, I can't even think through this. Like, I'm panicking so much, I can't think through this. And that's where I get a little bit frustrated with the bosses, but it is my fault. It's just the way that I really need time to really think about what I'm looking at, you know? Not even think. I need time to focus on what I'm looking at is the better way to phrase my challenges. Anyways, I'm doing a run for these glowing bits that were dropped along the way, or were already there, but I missed them because I just wanted to survive. Visually, this threw me off, and it's thrown me off now until I realized what it was. It's like the entry. I'm like, this has to be the entryway. It's just that didn't look like the bridge to me when I walked through it. And then there was the opening here that opened up. So, I don't know why I'm always worried about these new areas that open up after a boss kill. I'm always worried about getting wrecked, but that's not what happens. Usually you find a treasure chest and you find a bonfire. But for some reason I'm like, but what if it's the one time where it doesn't do that? It just compromises me. As I see a dude over there. Boom, bonfire to lock it in. Probably some conclusive thoughts that I would have already summarized to you while playing the game. have the
This
advantage.
place won't be any fun.
This voice is
Not
cool. This
here.
character's voice is cool. Creepy as hell.
What is it?
It's just those limbs, like the things at the
Each
back on his
one
back.
longer.
They look like spider
This
limbs,
place
like
won't be any fun. Not for you.
creepy, man. It's great stuff. So yeah, he wants nothing to do with us right now. So it looks like I'm gonna have to come back. I do check on some secret walls there. We're just gonna travel. We're gonna get these levels. Again, strength to 20 is the goal there. I got it to 17. I'm debating taking souls, but I don't. I'm starting to put in line, okay, where do I go now? Because now I cleared the dark area. I didn't expect it was in that really dark area. I'm checking to see if I have to like buy anything here. Oh, it's the falling. That's right, because I'm starting to contemplate going down that shaft. Because I don't really know what I could do next, kind of thing. I got a bunch of souls here. Do I just burn them so I can buy it now? I had it in my head, so of course that's what I do, just to get it over with. So now we have the cat ring, and I get to do that if at least to get the shinies. Oh, that's what it was. It's like even if I don't go through with this, I want to see if I can get those shiny bits. Because what if there's like the shard, right? Or there's another fragment at the branches, right? The fragrant branches. So I was like, well, let's just go and try to see. Like, there's a life gem there, but I don't really use those big ones yet. And this thing keeps going, man. The fall damage, relatively none. There's like stuff like that. Like a lockstone is huge for me. I like lockstones because I know that's going to be it's going to open up some opportunities. I fall to the next ledge. So far, so good with this ring, especially. Some of them do more damage than I expect. And then I'm like, okay, well now I can go to that one down below, where I can go to the set of sticks. Then there's like this dirt mountain. I'm like, well, which one do I go for? I know I make a mistake at some point. I think I do go for this like platform landing here, but I'm trying to land on the roof, like the rim there, if I recall correctly. Let's just move forward. Bam. And then there's no rim. It was just a lighting messed me up there, but I get a landing off here. So I was like, okay, well, let's go see where it takes us. Because at this point I'm like, there's got to be a bonfire, or like something. Like at some point you go deep enough, you're gonna open up a new area and you're going to get a bonfire. Now, I do see another landing down there, and I'm like, well, do I take the middle one? I might have to take a note here, because my memory, I'm sort of remembering not doing this fully, but my memory is flawed right now. Because part of me, I feel like I did, or I came back, but things are blurring is what I'm saying. I take a week off, man, and edit, and it's like, I get completely disoriented as to what I've done. Why am I still spinning around? I mean, I know what I've done. I remember the big moments that I struggled with, for like the 2-3 hour session kind of thing. And then I sort of forget the little moments. Like, what am I doing right now? I didn't search below. We're just going to push forward 5 seconds at a time until I make a decision. That right there. Say, making a, like, do I land on this as structural? No. Structural integrity is crap. But look at I actually, safe. That could have gone worse. So we got a Ring of the Evil Eye +1. And at this point, I'm like, well, we're almost at the bottom, so surely there will be... Let's just pass forward. There'll be a fire, So I landed on the lip of this one. We'll push forward here. But part of me is like, am I going to get Dark Souls trolled right now? Where you walk off the edge, but like it's just going to make you slide diagonally? Nope. We got this one as well. Just because you get this far, you're like, you can just peace out at this point, bro. You don't have to keep going. But at this point, it's like, well, no, now there's got to be a fire, Let's just go see what the new zone's all about. So yeah, I didn't do that middle zone, I think. Or maybe I come out. I can't remember. I'll take a note just in case. But I think I've thoroughly checked this place. The future episodes, the next 5 episodes, will know. Oh, that's what I wanted. I didn't remember where this guy was. I'm like, I know I ran into a lizard somewhere and I didn't go back and get it. I totally forgot where it was. So thank God. This is why the power of editing. I get to see moments like this and remind myself, take my notes, and come back. But what I didn't expect is this. See, I should have gone slightly to the right there. I still haven't picked up on the angle. And I thought I could still get it. I did not. Actually, now I don't remember if I... Part of me remembers coming back here. I think. Do I die down here? Great heal there. Another explosion. See, I expected more out of something down here, but it was actually pretty calm. So we got a shiny. We get the lizard. Yeah, I think I come back here. We'll skip forward here. Take a potion. We got another one of these guys, which I feel pretty confident I can take down because they're slow. And when they got such significant like advantages with like when they're in the middle animation, I get that extra damage and stuff like that. So this guy does, yeah, it's pretty simple there. Bam. Got a chest. I forgot what I got here. Something I will probably never use. I don't even remember what it does. I know I've read into it, but I feel like every time I do, I'm like, well, yeah, useless to me. Anyways, when we have another tunnel here, and we literally have no other option, you have to get out of here. You can homeward. I think sometimes I say homebone it as a shortcut, or it sounds like I'm saying it as a shortcut, but no, I actually think they're called homebone sometimes. And that's where I'm like, I didn't expect that ladder to be broken. So now it's like, okay, I guess we're going down, folks. Getting some Blighttown memories in here of all the extra layers. We'll go 5 seconds at a time because this next part is a little bit. It's unnerving because you're like, something has to happen, right? Because it's just so quiet for so long, and you're just going lower and lower and lower, and you're not seeing a fire. You're not seeing enemies. It's like, yeah, it's feeling pretty dangerous. And at this point, I'm like, well, there's nowhere else I can go except up. I don't see any ladders. It's like, do I land on something? Is there a ground below me? I see that right there, and it looks like I could. Yeah, so there you go. So I take it. So there was a ladder there. I just didn't see it. Even now, I didn't see it. And so now I'm seeing another ladder. There's a way to walk around it, no problem. So it does look like there's a bottom here I'm aiming for. But that ladder is broken, and so now you're committing. You're committing to be down here. This is a token of spite. I don't remember what that is, but I also feel like that's a PvP thing. Okay, tunnel that I could barely see. Just checking to see if there's any other way out of here or anything else to do. So no, so we're being railroaded here. I think that's just a tone thing. Again, it just feels like the same wall to me. Like I can't really see the depth of it being a tunnel. And now, I think this is the first time I encountered these things. But I'm getting some bad vibes at this point, right? Like, I can't see anything. These things are unnerving. And that right there, I was like, you can see the jump scare. That got me. I did not expect that to happen. So, need a little bit of a breather here. And they're everywhere. It's like some of them spit, some of them don't. But it's like, shit, I'm going to have to deal with poison while being in the dark. So this felt like a really bad combination of problems I was faced with now. And I didn't have the souls to really worry about losing, but it took time to get down here. And so you get this far and it's like, see, I couldn't smash through them. I was like, God damn it, I just need a bonfire at this point. I'll be okay with that, you know? Because I don't want to do the journey again, but now I'm seeing like these holes. I can't really see where the holes are. I could have just done the torch thing, but again, at this point, I'm willing to risk. There you go. So I see the bonfire. So at least I see what could be a bonfire. I didn't even know if it was. It could have just been a torch zombie. But yeah, there you go. Pretty confidently a bonfire. So at this point, I'm like, I don't really care how I get there. I didn't expect that. Another jump scare. And then bam. Thank God. So I lock it in. It's a cool zone. I don't think I stuck around doing it for too long. But I think the last hour of this, let me just check where we're at. We have 1 hour left. I feel like I'm going to tap through this pretty aggressively. We could probably keep this down to 15 minutes. And I can talk through. I'm in scout mode even with 1,200 souls there. I'm like, look, I can't see anything. And I do acknowledge I could have just had a torch up and played this seriously. I think that's the first dung pie I got. And I got taken back to Dark Souls 1 because there were a couple cheese fights I did with dung pies that I recalled. I didn't expect that. Another jump scare. I'm hearing something that's creeping me out, but I don't see it. So, seems simple enough. It's gonna be these little, like these hollows that aren't really that risky. But there was a lot of them, and I'm in the dark, and it's like a roll takes you off the edge. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff could have gone wrong there. I'll just tap forward 5 seconds at a time here. So again, highly recommend just coming here with a torch. I really, for entertainment purposes, just keep it that way. I see a fog wall there, so like I have something to aim for, but I can't see the floor. But again, I'm gonna keep repeating myself. Just bring a torch. But here's the thing. I don't want to go too far. I just want to go far enough to see what I'm facing. Like there's a jump here that I actually acknowledge now while I'm in the dark. But I know in the future, it's something I know I haven't done again. And I feel like I haven't come back here. And I feel like I need to. Because this might be the missing... Maybe I got there in a different way. I don't remember, but I feel like I need to come back here. Because there's the fog wall there I can't get to. And I don't remember doing that jump again. When I actually do this legitimately, I'll do this run legitimately. I don't remember doing... Because I had a torch. I'll just spoil it a little bit. I do this run with a torch much later. But because I don't want to come back down here. And it's not because of the darkness. It's because of the poison spitters. Which will just tap forward here. Because this is all going to be... There you go. So I feel like if I just walk off the edge, maybe there'll be like... There's like always a landing I can land on. No. That was not true. So I'll skip through this. And I'm still in scout mode at this point. I just assume I don't even know where the souls are. Well, at that point, they're gone. But again, it wasn't a lot of them. And I'm willing to sacrifice them because... And I knew the session needed to end at this point. I was actually extending my session an hour longer than I should have. I needed to be somewhere. But I got addicted. To just like, let me just push the area when I have nothing to lose. Mentally, I'm in the space. To just find out what I'm doing here, you know? So, as you can see, I didn't do the jump this time. I'm actually doing like, I'm just seeing where I can walk, where are the bridges, what are the levels. What's funny is even now I'm looking and I'm not seeing the sconces that I know I light when I come back. Oh, that's what it is. You see the thing I just passed over there? I thought those were just sculptures. That right there? I didn't know that was a sconce. Like that was a thing I could light. And so that's what threw me off here is I actually legitimately didn't know that this was a cookie crumb kind of level, which I love. I love the design of being able to light your way, you know where you've been. I just love the idea of that. It's a huge quality of life thing because then you have easy access to fire along the way. You can go back and like light your torch up and then, you know, push forward a little further, and you're always getting a little further with that extra little quality of life thing there. But I'm running by these things and I think they're just gonna spit on me. That creeped me the hell out. This hand thing is so... But I love the design of it, but I didn't expect it. But so there you go. That's why if you're wondering like why don't I just light these things? Well, because I don't really know that I can light them. I just thought they were broken versions of those statues that were spitting at me, you know. Aiming for the light, I get myself up to here. So I'm coming around, I aim for I'm seeing light there and I actually think it's possibly another bonfire, but no. It's just our starting bonfire. So I'm back here. So I can't get back up to the way we came. You have to teleport out. I'm trying to do a rotation now of the places I knew I walked. And I'm just looking for the bridges again. Find the new sections. Going for the shinies. At least I can take the shinies. Now I'm smashing these things, not knowing what they're doing. But, you know what they do. I mean, I find out later. If I don't find out now, I find out later. Maybe I luck out this time around. But, yeah, corrosive crap. That breaks your gear. So I get to this point right here. Did I fight the dog yet? I'm kind of tapping forward, but there's like this big ass dog rat thing that's intimidating as hell. What's great about these hearts is that you can actually hear just a little bit of a pulsing going on behind. Oh, I do learn it here. That's a my bad. That's a I'm leaving moment. Let me see what I'm hearing. It's the dudes, right? It's just the walkers. Yeah, these guys right here. And like I just smashed the floor by accident there. I was like, this is so dangerous down here, you know? As I gotta get new armor in here now. I do have a backup armor that is easy enough to get to. Just go back to the leather, right? To like buy myself some time. But yeah, don't touch those heart things, I guess. My bad. There it is. There's like the rat thing right there. It's in a room full of these heart things, which is like, oh, that could be really bad. Now, I like to go for cheese here. I do or I don't. For a drop here. Yeah, no, I go for cheese. When cheese is available, I take it. Just the targeting is a little bit off. Let's go 10 seconds at a time. This is going to take a long time, as you can see. It's possible. Patience of a saint, though. And then, new area. Now again, now I know I don't really want to smash those things, but that's how they get you. They put these enemies in the zone that have nothing to lose by smashing those things while you're trying to navigate an area, you know. Now I don't think that really got me. I think you have to be much closer to it for the corrosion to have an effect. Again, I don't acknowledge that's a sconce, right? That's true for this entire first run. I feel like the design of this board is to keep you in the dark. Unless you bring a torch. I mean, that's the only thing like I wish I could have just brought. If I had brought a torch, the irony of it all is like bringing the torch is what made me realize those things were sconces. You know what I mean? Because you walk by it and it's like, you want to light it? It's like, oopsie doopsie. Now I feel like I'm kind of stuck here, but I was like, no. There's got to be a way. Like one of these are smashable. Like I got to be able to get out of here because the floors aren't breaking down. I do see this part right here. I forget how I got out of this. That's 5 seconds it. That's not really a ladder. I remember breaking a wall here or something. Oh, I want to get to the other side of this, but I feel like it's going to cheese me or something like that. So I don't risk it. There we go. You get a shiny out of it. Dark Pyromancy Flame, though. I don't remember what the Rotten Flesh resin is, but... Oh, it's the dark. Apply dark to your weapons. Got a floating bit there. Awkward floating bit. And again, a room full of hearts, which is... a little bit disconcerting. Like it feels like an opportune moment to get you with something you don't expect. Possibly a jump there. I'm not sure. I have to come back. I have to do a full run of this. I don't want to spoil the future. As that jump works, got me a little bit further. I'm trying to get to that fog wall, you know, just to push something a little bit further and feel like I've achieved something. But we are at the 3-hour 15-minute mark. I get back to this, so I do approach this from a different angle. You can just jump here. It felt like a massive shortcut, to be honest. I got a new ladder here. That wall, by the way, this makes me like feel like I'm gonna puke. Like that, there's a bit of a motion thing that happens in my senses that makes me feel uneasy. So darkness, I hear things. I get spit at. That really feels like it should have been a door. But I'm just getting spit at, so I'm just going to bounce. By the way, I didn't realize I could smash those things yet. That's something I pick up a little later. Might still be in the session, but it's definitely in the future. I don't know why I never considered it, but my bad. I sort of did forget about that door, so I'm going to have to take a note on that door. Because I don't go back to it. But I'm not sure when to go back to it. It's just whenever you find something that looks like it could be a key, that's when you go back to these things. But I forgot about that one, so I'll have to take that note too. So I've got the crystal lizard I need to check back on. Okay, I'm seeing a bunch of torch walkers up there, which if I didn't kill them, it meant like I probably didn't run that area. But I also I've done this cycle, like, what is it, 4 times now? 5 times? Not the full cycle. I died 5 times in here, but still getting wrecked by these spitters. And at this point, I can't find the path to that bridge right there. And so, because I feel like I'm kind of lost, and I do need to leave, I home bone it out of there. See, I did it again. Just short. It feels like the right thing to call it. The home boner. Oh, I actually didn't mean to say that. That actually, that one was an accident. But like anyways, we'll just move on. We're going to move on. I want to get... not even levels here at this point. I'm like, I don't know, I can maybe work some souls off somewhere. I'm trying to think what I'm going to do, like maybe off camera. I mean, I still got 40 minutes. I don't remember what I do after that run there. Yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about right now. I feel like my intent was to sign off, but as you can see, there's still like 20 minutes left of me just talking about what to do next, what I've learned possibly.
To cast miracles,
I do go back to see what, because I forgot to come back to her particularly to see if she says anything different or gives me anything.
And now you can have this power for yourself.
I don't feel like I got anything, so I just bail. She disappoints me regularly. I was working on these daggers because hell yeah, I'm gonna try to keep some of these life gems in stock. At this point, I commit to all the arrows. Just try to do a lot more area, ranged, not cheese, tactics. More often than not, because it just keeps me safe. Anyways, I find a branch right there. I don't remember where I picked that one up, but I have a fragrant branch, which means we're going back here. And that's right, I'm trying to contemplate now, like, which one would be the one that I think has the best thing, but it's like, how do you know? No point, like, you just don't know. You have to kind of take a guess, because all of them could have something beneficial. But I'm like, well, one thing is like blocking a wall. I'm like, is it a secret door? Do I go for that one? This one's blocking a chest, so I'm like, well, it's a chest. So like, maybe there's like something valuable in the chest. This might be where I started getting demoralized. I guess I've already spoiled this, so I'm going to speed up. This is where I started getting demoralized about just the the gear you find and you get, like, especially when, like, it's like the special gear where you need branches or you need the coral stone and they're dangerous jumps, or and you pick these things up and you're like, I don't know if that was risking, like, it was worth the risk of death and stuff like that. Like, there's this guy, I'm like, what's he doing? Oh, he's blocking a body. So maybe there's like something on that body you gotta pick up. Like, what could the body have? Like, I don't know. And I think so. I find these three. I know there's one by the bonfire. I do forget about the guy that's over there by the basilisk. I think when I'm back and talking out loud, I think I mentioned it, or it might have been this episode where I'm like, I don't remember if there was another one. I did remember. There's a guy in that basilisk. I sort of crept into that area at one point. I was like, that's right. There's another guy blocking something there. So I need a lot more fragrant branches. Where do I use this one? I can swear it's on the chest. I'll just move forward because I think I just default to, well, it's a chest. I expect things out of a chest. Yeah, I use the one on the chest. So you bring this guy back. I don't take any risks there, but of course they're invulnerable. So I couldn't take advantage of that, of the early swings there, unfortunately. Boink. Bounce. The pattern to it. They're kind of slow. Bounce. Boink. Bounce. Boink. Alright, moving on. And we got ourselves a disappointment. Like, you look at my face. This is where I'm like, I don't even know what to do at this point. Like, these things are so hard to get. They're not common enough to make, like, this didn't feel good, you know? And I feel like these kinds of moments need to feel good. Like, maybe it's a weapon that I will never use, but if it's a named weapon, it feels good. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of what I'm going to start rambling about and ranting about at this point for the next, 15 minutes or so. Because design-wise, that really does fail in this game. Like, just naturally in the examples I've given where you're just naturally finding things that are, like, a little bit more difficult to, like, get to and risky, you know what I mean? And then you get them and you're like, what the fuck was that for? Like, that wasn't... But then this is like, no, this is a branch. This could open up paths, like, not, like, kind of shortcuts. They might open up bonfires. Like, these things are significant. These branches are significant because they're so rare, you know? And so you have to give someone something. The ROI needs to be of equal value to the time it took for you to pick up one of these goddamn branches and come back all the way. Like, you have to backtrack, you know? And the feeling of it is what I'm talking about, you know? Not objective. This is objective, completely subjective. Some people are like, who the fuck cares? You're going to have 5 of these at some point. I don't know. But see, when you don't know what you don't know, it feels like, man, this was like maybe 10 hours for me before I found another branch. I could do something with it. Now, probably sooner than I found one, but I had to use it on the same board. But this is the first time I found one. I was like, I can use it now on a board that I left behind like 15 hours ago. You know what I'm saying? Like 15, 20 hours ago. And I'm going to come back here and get something like this. It's like, that's not appropriate. Even if it was a ring, like a ring, that's a great example, right? Give me a ring that I might never use, but it's a ring. And these things are like cool enough, unique enough that I might not use 70% of these rings, but I love having them. Because it's not just like an equipment piece that like is buried in a mass hoard of equipment, right? It's like, no, you get to look at it. And that feels rewarding to me. Even if it's useless to my entire run, it feels rewarding. Or a spell. Even if I never get the spells, who cares? You get me and you got me a new spell that I can't get anywhere else unless I open this treasure chest. That's rewarding to me. You see what I'm saying? I can get every other thing that I got out of this chest. I can get somewhere else. And most of the times these things are useless because they're PvP or something like that. So what the hell, man? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. We'll speed this up. That's right. I find this guy right here. Yeah, I'm contemplating like what he could have, and that's it. And I think I bounce back from here. I'm rambling about the same thing. I just gave you the short version of it, but I think it'd be more cohesive about it because it's something that stays in my mind for quite a while from here for this session. Because you know this is the Sunday. I still got Monday and Tuesday to play, and I'm still thinking about how disappointed I was in both the katana mess up, which doesn't really feel like a mess up now, in the future me. But I might still revert. I don't know. We'll see. I don't want to spoil things. But then there's like the fragrant branch thing, or the Forel stone is going to come up when I can actually speak again. I'm not muted. So see what I think about that. So contemplating what else I can get from this guy. We got a third piece here for the Forlorn. So I just need to fight one more Forlorn, I suppose, and we get that. A bunch of spells here I can collect, but part of me is like, did I end up getting an actual another item here? Hold on, sorry, I kind of was walking through that. Just getting the extra 2,000 souls here because that gets me to buy something while I'm here. I made the trip. And so, do I get something here? What am I contemplating? These blades, I don't think I'll use them yet. And then there's shields. I'm like, I also don't think I'll use the shields. I don't know why I'm saving the souls then, because like, well, what else am I going to use them for? I don't know. Maybe it gets to the point in the game where I was like, okay, I really don't want those items. I don't want to collect them either. I'm just going to get the extra level boost because something is like really hard or something like that. Did he say anything new there? I don't think so. He also has, like, I never really checked the spells. I already talked about that. Got the 3rd Forlorn piece, so one more Forlorn, and we're going to get the 4th Forlorn piece. I keep checking these rings because I keep forgetting what he offers there, but it's kind of not needed for me either. And the spells we're not doing yet, so I'll leave those behind. I'm going to get some more supplies here, ranting and rambling about, again, nonsense, I'm sure. Doing my loadout here. Oh, I want to try this thing out because part of me is like, okay, well, I can start doing like runs of things and the damage intentionally, but at least it stops at 75. And so I like the idea of that build, and I really do commit to it. I don't know what the hell I'm thinking about right now or talking about. I'm not saying much. I'm thinking a lot more than I'm talking. Anyways, and then we're on our outro here trying to find out where I have to go to next. I feel like I need to go down to the bottom. I actually forget where I go to next. And when I opened up and when I can go check, I think it's like the Citadel. Like there's the dragon attack. I know it's still coming up relatively soon. We do go back down into the bottom there. There's some stuff that will happen from here that I didn't anticipate. Like I didn't acknowledge, like I might have missed some things that, oh shit, there's like this whole other area I could have gone to maybe a little sooner, but I sort of missed out on it. And so without further ado, I think I'm going to wrap this one up here because I'm probably talking about my character build, and I talk about that out loud when I'm not muted. So you might as well get the context of it live. We did another 1 hour 40 minutes instead of 4 hours, so that would have been maybe two episodes for you instead. It's one, and as you can see, not sure if we lost too much. I think it's like, again, when it's a live play, that reaction time and the spook scares and stuff like that, and me talking about like the thinking process behind some of the decisions I make, that's kind of relevant when it's live and blind, you know, because I'm working through some problems in my head while I'm in the experience, you know. But in like hindsight now, it's very difficult to like remember what I was thinking because that's already led to decisions I've made, you know, and the way that I'm playing today, like 20 hours later after this, or whatever it is, 15, 20 hours, I'm not sure. But anyways, I'm going to jump this weekend and edit a lot of that content just so that I can get that off the backlog. Although as much as I like to play right now, I do need a break, and I would like to just catch up on my note taking of the stuff I missed. Like I just wrote down 3 more notes during this run right here. So there you go. I'm a little bit ahead of all of you. Like I said, we start pushing pretty fast after this point. Like the build is it's honing in on like something that feels right, it flows right, and I think the pacing starts to increase is how I would put it for the next couple episodes. Hopefully you're enjoying this playthrough. I've definitely enjoyed coming back to Dark Souls, and I'll catch you in the next stack of episodes. Don't forget to explore, engage, and inspire, buddy. Peace.